Okay, please introduce yourself.
My name is Lee. Some people call me Lihle, short for Lihle. And I'm a motorcycle rider.
Hmm. And what do you hope to achieve?
So we're trying to capture the motorcycling experience in such a way that even a person who's either a rider or non-rider can actually understand and actually live vicariously through the videos in it of themselves. So also as well, we're trying to make the known riders, people who know the experience of riding, and try and capture that experience in words, and then try and delve into the psychology of riding, and what does it actually feel like, and why do we actually enjoy riding per se. Um, because now the reason why we want to do this is because there's a lot of fear and conspiracy about riding. Or is this thing really that dangerous, or is it really worth it to pursue this hobby? So capturing the experience in a way we could influence the non-riders who spend their lives contemplating of wanting to do this thing, because I don't know of any guy or any person who doesn't secretly want to, deep down inside, actually want to ride motorcycles, but the fear actually stops them, or more precisely the fear of the unknown. So making the known unknown and what to expect in a realistic manner, from a genuine perspective, from a first-hand perspective, from a POV perspective. It's not gonna be over glamorized where you find that everything is like super amazing and it's it's just like this amazing experience where nothing ever goes wrong. No, 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 no. It's going to be more of a realistic approach of balancing the negatives and the positives. Yeah, I think I will capture that.
Okay, but why ride a motorcycle? I mean, there's a lot of cars, a lot of brands of cars, but why a motorcycle?
Why ride a motorcycle? Well, why drink water? Why breathe air? Or why eat food? I think this thing of riding, you can look at it from the perspective of who you are as an individual, especially from the masculine perspective. So you look at it, the statistics say that 99% of all motorcycle riders are males. So in a way, it represents our inner nature of freedom. Every masculine person wants freedom. We want to be outside, outdoors, to explore, to be places, to feel different things, to see different sights, and just gain as much experience from the world as possible, and to expand your world as well, and to actually see the world through a motorcycle. It's very different. It's unlike being in a box. Like a car is a box, right? So it moves you from a box, which is your house, then you get into a box, which is your car, to go to the supermarket, which is another bigger box, and then you come back in the car, which is a box, and you get back to a little box, which is your house. Or you go from your house, which is a box, to the car, which is a box, and then you go to work, or you work in a cubicle or a box. So we don't really get the opportunity to actually experience nature, to be in awe of what you might see, and the fact that you're piloting a motorcycle, not even driving or riding, but piloting a motorcycle in and of itself, you get rid of the superfluous thoughts, and you just in the moment. And when you're there and you're actually experiencing it, and you're able to actually feel what actual freedom feels like, because there you're not bound by a windscreen and windows and some fake synthetic air, which is like air conditioning. There you are outside in the elements, exposed. You don't hear or see the rain, you feel it. You don't hear the wind, you experience the wind. So all of those different sensations give rise to a different experience of the world in and of itself. Even the smells are so visceral. Like you don't understand. If it rains, just drizzle just a little bit, and you're riding somewhere, maybe in some very nice road, let's say in the Drakensbergs or something, where it's some amazing roads there, right? So when it rains and spring, you can actually smell the freshness of the berg breeze, and even the sensation, like almost how do you put it? Even the smell of the earth after like rain, you can still smell it quite nicely. And what it does for your mind as well, like it puts you in a trance where you're focused on controlling the machine, and you become one with the machine. And in a way, it's no longer you and the motorcycle, it's you includes the motorcycle, and it's just the road and the experience. Yeah, I think that's why you would want to ride a motorcycle, to see the world on two wheels. It's almost the best way I can put it.
What type of motorcycle do you partake in?
What type of motorcycle? So there's a lot of different genres of motorcycle, if I can put it that way as a genre, but there's different styles of motorcycle. And each different style opens you to different types of motorcycles and different experiences. So ideally, there's about two categories. You have on-road and then you have off-road. Then it'll be too broad to delve into, but generally there's on-road, off-road. I deal with motorcycles that tether on both ends. So I started off on a Dual Sport 250. It was a cheap Chinese bike, and I got, my world was open that I can, as soon as the hard road ends, I can go on the dirt, and as soon as dirt road ends, I can go on the tar. And it opens up so many new experiences that you can experience other than just the well-paved road. Because then also, that's also part of riding, that going off the beaten path and experiencing these distant locations and meeting different people, going to these secluded locations that offer the best views that you wouldn't see in a metropolis. Yeah, so if I would delve a little bit deeper on the types of motorcycle, let's say you have cafe races. Those are for your, what do you call these people who are pretentious and whatnot? Your, like the hippies or whatnot. So those type of guys would like that particular style of bike, the retro whatnot. And then you get the super sports, that's easy to identify, those high revving, nice looking motorcycles that are sexy looking. Those are built for speed, and also they open a world of speed, adrenaline, agility. And then you get like your adventure bikes, which is what I'm into. They're like the 4x4s of motorcycling community. Yeah, well, they can go on road, they can go off road. They don't go to the extremes. If you want to go to the extreme off road, then you'll get a dedicated off road or enduro bike. And then if you want to go to something more balanced, you go to an adventure bike. So though that's the type of motorcycling I'm into. It's the basically a 50-50 type. I'll spend 50% of my time on road, 50% of my time off road. That's when I'm traveling and seeing the world and everything. Yeah.
Well, good. It's kind of a similar question, but what type do you, what bike, what type of bike do you ride?
For me, I specifically chose the Yamaha Super Tenere 1200 XTZ 2011 model. That one in particular, the color scheme, the Yamaha's history in the Dakar Rally, and they used to win quite a few rallies, and reliability of the bike, and also speed. I mean, it's not overly designed and has a massive amount of horsepower where it will overwhelm you, especially as a beginner bike, but it's more of an intermediate bike. It's sort of kind of heavy, but the heaviness translates to stability when you're doing high speeds on the freeway, which is quite capable of doing very comfortable. You can do like, I'm not saying I've done it, but maybe I have. Maybe cruising along at 200 and something kilometers an hour, the bike will feel super stable. But off-road, it will become a challenge if you happen to drop the bike, which actually does happen quite often if you're off-road. But I'm a reasonably fit guy. I spend a lot of time in the gym, so I don't mind lifting a bike up that much. So I can imagine if you're like 60 years old and then you drop a bike like that, that's not going to be very practical for you. So yeah, that's the type of bike I ride. I chose it because of one of those reasons: the reliability, the brand for Yamaha, performance-wise, torque is incredible. Oh my God, the torque on a straight line. That is the best part about it. So for me, I think that thing accelerates off the mark very quickly. Those things, To be quite honest, adventure bikes are not to be taken quite lightly. Those things, they've got a lot of power, and they will move you through time space very quickly.